As the sun began to set behind the towering trees, the group of travelers gathered around the campfire, eagerly discussing their mission to find the fabled treasure of the hidden forest. The rumors of the treasure had been whispered among the adventurous for years, and this group of fearless explorers was determined to uncover its secrets. "Are you sure this is the right path, Jack?" Lily asked, her keen eyes scanning the map. Jack nodded, a confident smile on his face. "Positive. This map has been passed down for generations, and it has never led us astray," David chimed in, his voice steady and sure. "We'll need to be on our guard. The forest is full of traps and obstacles that will test even the most skilled of adventurers." Sarah nodded, her mind already racing ahead to the challenges that lay ahead. "We'll need to work together if we're going to make it through this forest alive." But as they set out into the forest, the travelers quickly realized that they were not alone. Dark shadows flitted through the trees, and the rustling of leaves hinted at the presence of unseen creatures lurking in the undergrowth. The forest seemed alive with a sense of foreboding, and the group knew that they were in for a perilous journey. "What was that?" Lily whispered, her bow at the ready. "I don't know," Jack replied, his hand on the hilt of his sword. "But we need to be ready for anything." As they pushed deeper into the forest, the challenges began to mount. They encountered treacherous ravines, towering cliffs, and raging rivers that threatened to sweep them away. But even more daunting were the traps and puzzles that lay in their path, each designed to thwart the unworthy and test the worthy. "This is insane," David muttered as he surveyed a particularly treacherous cliff face. "How are we supposed to get up there?" "We'll figure it out," Jack replied, his eyes scanning the terrain for any sign of a way up. "We've faced tougher challenges than this before." With each challenge, the group grew more determined, using their skills and wits to overcome the obstacles in their way. But they knew that the real test lay ahead, for they were not the only ones seeking the treasure. As they neared the final stretch of their journey, a rival group of adventurers appeared on the horizon. Led by the ruthless and cunning Victor, this group had been tracking their every move, waiting for the chance to steal the treasure for themselves. "Well, well, well," Victor sneered as he approached them. "Look what we have here, a group of adventurers who think they can beat us to the treasure." Jack stood tall, his eyes locked on Victor's. "We're not afraid of you, Victor. We'll do whatever it takes to claim the treasure for ourselves." Victor laughed, his eyes flickering with amusement. "You really think you can beat us? We have the best trackers, the best fighters, and the best minds in the business. You don't stand a chance." Jack and his companions knew that they needed to move quickly if they were to reach the treasure before their rivals. They pressed on, their hearts racing as they heard the sound of their rivals drawing closer. Just as they thought they had outmaneuvered their rivals, disaster struck. One of their group, David, stepped into a hidden trap and was instantly snatched up by a concealed net. The group could hear Victor and his companions drawing closer, and they knew that they had to act fast if they were to save David and reach the treasure in time. Lily sprang into action, her quick reflexes and sharp eye allowing her to spot the trigger for the trap. With a swift flick of her knife, she cut the rope that held the net in place, freeing David from his captors. The group breathed a sigh of relief as they pressed on, their rivals hot on their heels. At last, they reached the clearing where the treasure was said to be hidden. The trees parted to reveal a stone pedestal, upon which sat a gleaming golden chest. The group hesitated for a moment, wondering if this was another trap, but the sight of the chest was too tantalizing to resist. As they approached the pedestal, they could hear the sounds of their rivals drawing closer. The tension in the air was palpable as the two groups faced off, each determined to claim the treasure for themselves. But as they reached for the chest, they realized that they had been deceived. The chest was empty, a cruel hoax designed to lure adventurers to their doom. The group could hear Victor and his companions laughing behind them, taunting them with their failure. But in that moment, the adventurers knew that they had already won, for they had proven their courage, their strength, and their unwavering determination in the face of unimaginable danger. And as they made their way back through the forest, their hearts full of pride and accomplishment, they knew that they would always be remembered as legends of the hidden forest.